What's up, y'all? It's your boy eBay Fight Predictions in the building with the red do-rag. Y'all already know what time it is. Here to break down some fights. Jingliang versus Khamzat Chimaev. Here's your breakdown. I like the fight for UFC 267, obviously, but back to what I was saying. I do like the fight. Great fight. The Leech is he's I don't know if I can consider it a stud or badass move, but to fight someone that's kind of unranked, that's a big hype train. You got to give the guy respect there for taking this fight. And yeah, in terms of the rankings, the Leech is number 11, and Khamzat Chimaev or Bumzat or Khamzat as they like to call him on MMA Twitter is unranked. This is a great fight stylistically. If I look at the stats, obviously Lee comes in with a record of 18-6, fights out of China, age 33, a height of 6 foot, and a reach of 72. Chimaev 9-0, fights out of Sweden, age 27, a height of 6'2", and a reach of 75. This is a phenomenal fight. Stylistically, man, I can't wait for it. I really can. I'm actually kind of excited for it. But I've doubted the Leech a lot, and I might continue to doubt him. You gotta watch till the end of this video to find out. But I've doubted him before. Even when he fought Ponzinibbio, I thought he was really gonna get smoked like a goddamn blunt. And Ponzi's my boy. I like Ponzi a lot. And I'm not like some of these other Ponzi fans that thought he would have became the world champion, but I always thought Ponzi was a top 5 guy. Actually, to this day, I think Usman would have beat him. I know a lot of people think Ponzi would have beat him that day for that fight night main event. I'm not one of those people that think that. That's just me. But I always thought Ponzi was good, man. I always thought he was good, and I thought he would beat Lee. And you also got to look at the fact that he fought Neil Magny right before he fought Ponzi, and he looked atrocious against Magny. Now, obviously, there's a lot of excuses going into that are fair excuses. The COVID situation. China and that area was hit by that COVID situation a lot harder. So his training camp, like I heard, Wei Li had to change her whole entire training camp for the UFC 248 pay-per-view against Joanna to, I think, Abu Dhabi or something like that. That's what I heard. I might be wrong, but it is what it is at the end of the day. He still fought that day, and he made Neil Magny look like a goddamn fucking superstar if I ever seen it. And I was just like, yo, how do you do that? It's like, come on, bro. But it is what it is at the end of the day. No disrespect to it. It was just a loss, but hey. But he has a lot of impressive wins on his record. Ponzinibbio and then Zaleski dos Santos. What he did to Zaleski, he dominated the first 2 rounds and then knocked him out. He called his shot in the 3rd round, finished it, and it was a crazy performance. Zaleski at the time was on a crazy win streak too. He was on let me look, it's maybe 6. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7-fight win streak against good competition. Omari Makadev, Lyman Good, Max Griffin, Sean Strickland, Luigi Vendramini, I don't know about that anymore, and Curtis Melinder. Good guys he beat. Zaleski dos Santos is a killer, and I think he's also on this card too. To me, he's one of the dark horses of that division. He also beat David Zawada, finished him. He did lose to Jake Matthews, which is interesting. Got out wrestled. So we see a theme: guys that can kind of grapple, kind of beat Ponzi, like Magny, like Jake Matthews did. And obviously, what is Chimaev, Bumzat, Khamzat, whatever you want to call the guy. What's his strength, right? He's obviously a wrestler. He's 9-0. He's only had, I think, 3 fights in the UFC, if I remember. I think. But I give the guy his credit. He beat Gerald Meerschaert, which is looking like a better and better win. It's aged really, really well. He beat Reese McKee, who's out of the UFC, and he beat John Phillips, who is a complete disgrace. So not a lot of crazy wins there, but he's fought some decent competition. And if I look at the records he's fought, he was 0-0, and he fought someone 1-1, and when he was 1-0, he fought someone that was 2-5. When he was 2-0, he fought someone that was 5-0. when he was 3-0, he fought someone that was 8-3. You know, like I give him credit. He's not. He's fought some decent. You know, he doesn't. Obviously, I don't know a lot about these guys he fought prior in his career, but I will admit I do give some credit to not fighting complete bums with terrible records. You know what I'm saying? Like you see some of these guys, they fight people that are 20, that fight people that are 22-22 or something like crazy like that. Just a 50-50 record, obvious journeyman. It doesn't look that obvious on his record, but I mean, John Phillips, a journeyman. Reese McKee is a lightweight in my humble opinion that was playing. I don't know why he fought 2 welterweight fights in the UFC. Like I don't get it. But and he has like a lightweight win over Jai Herbert, and I'm like, bro, like he's in the UFC at lightweight. Like why are you not? Like I never got it with Reese McKee. But against Joe Mishra, he stunned him. He took him out of there. I doubted him. I actually picked Gerald in this one. To this day, it pisses me off. But when I look at that fight, but it is what it is. Gerald couldn't do anything that day. But hey, what can you do? Then he got scheduled against Leon Edwards a whole bunch of times, and it is what it is. And he also ducked Luke Rockhold, so that's also another thing. And now he's fighting Li Jingliang at UFC 267. I mean, Chimaev, I haven't really talked about him in a long time actually, but he's a big hype train. He has a lot of skills. Very very highly scouted prospect by Dana White. And yeah, a lot of people think he can really be the next big thing. Honestly, nothing against the guy. Maybe the little antics of him talking might annoy me, or maybe his fans. But it just was crazy to me that I saw people actually legitimately picking Chimaev over Leon Edwards. Yeah, I understand any man can win a fight. Any man has a chance. But, like, dude, just the body of work. And I also didn't like the fact that they were trying to have him, like, skip over guys. I thought that was disgusting. And they it just wasn't fair. It just wasn't fair. You work your way up. This I like. I would like to see him fight Sean Brady. Somewhere like that. I didn't like the Leon Edwards fight. It just seemed disrespectful. And I don't know. It just, like, fighters work hard for their spots, and it just felt like he wasn't working hard, and that there's obviously a company push and stuff like that. I don't like that. Hype trains I don't have a problem with, right? If they're not blatantly getting easy matchups and they're not blatantly getting better positions than other people that deserve it. That's what irks me about hype trains, because there's a lot of people that have a lot of hype. You can't be mad at them for having a lot of hype. That's not their fault. Just people really think they're that good. But when there's a company push for a certain fighter and they're blatantly having them almost skip the line and not having them work as hard as other people, it irked me. And sadly, as much as I don't like this guy, I don't think Jingliang can beat him. For a minute I was gonna go with Lee, but when I watched the tape, it breaks my heart. I really don't want to pick this dummy. But it's like when I watched that Neil Magny fight, and he does have his reasonable excuses, y'all. It is what it is, right? So I let that one go. But when I watched the Jake Matthews fight, what's the excuse there, buddy? You know what I'm saying? And Chimaev is humongous for welterweight, by the way. He's huge. He's 6'2", 75-inch reach. He's humongous. I think he's just going to raw dog Lee, or the Leech, or whatever you want to call him. I think he's going to raw dog him, and I think he's going to do him bad. I don't. Oh, man, yeah, it breaks my heart that I have to pick this dummy, but I just don't think, unless it's really what you're betting on is a lucky punch, and I don't know if he can land that. I'm just very skeptical. And also, I am a little mad at Lee for knocking out my boy Ponzi, so there is some motivation there. But I think Chimaev should win this one. I think I actually picking him by second round sub. So I think he'd probably get it done. It's just like you can't be getting, like, Neil Magny got, obliterated by Chiesa. Neil Magny went to a close decision with Anthony Rocco Martin. You can't be getting, like, fucking blown out the water in the grappling and even the striking too against Magny. Like, that was a sensational performance. Magny hasn't looked like that against, like, Jeff Neal. Like, you go look at like, I challenge you and tell me what was a better performance than that Leach performance. And I mean, what Magny did to this guy, I mean, it's crazy. Like, if I go with Magny's career, and I just might be my last point, he beat the crap out of Robbie Lawler, but Robbie didn't. Robbie had that one moment in the third round where he kind of powered up, right, and he went for it. He killed Craig White, but Craig isn't UFC level. Condit wasn't as. It didn't look like that. Johnny Hendricks, it didn't look like that. Hector Lombard, it was a great fight, but didn't look like that. His win over Kelvin Gastelum didn't look like that. Like, he legitimately went out there and just dominated this man. Like, real talk. Like, in every aspect of the fight. And, I mean, there was not a moment where Lee was winning, like, at all. And he just looked, like, his hands looked fast. Everything looked fast. His wrestling, everything. He put it on him. So, yeah, that's it. That performance kind of... It might be one of those things where, like, I can't judge him off of that. I mean, maybe Lee's different, maybe he's improved, but just off of that performance against Magny, I think this just plays into Chimaev's style. Like, I actually think Magny has a better chance against Chimaev than Leach. Like, and it's like, I'm just being honest. So, but yeah, I'm taking Chimaev sadly by second round sub. Man, I'm not even lying. If he gets knocked the fuck out, hey, maybe I fucking jinxed it, hopefully he does, and I don't have to ever fucking hear about this idiot again. But I can't pick him, yo. I know I'm usually the gutsy guy with these picks, right? I usually go for it, but this one, it's just like, I pray Lee just fucking obliterates him, caves his fucking head in, but sometimes you can't get good things in this world, so we got to get a Chimaev W here. So yeah, I'm taking Chimaev by second round sub. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. That's it. Go follow me on my Twitter. Go follow me on my Instagram. All those links will be down below in the description box. And if you're new, obviously subscribe, comment, share the video, like, obviously, and I don't know what else. Yeah, I guess that's it. Let's get this eBay Fight Prediction Nation growing. I love y'all, and goodbye.
We can't get an opponent for you. Then what? What if nobody will fight you?
I don't know. They have to fix some robot, somebody.
Some robot, somebody.